The real reason Verona is the most underrated suburb in Wisconsin. Everybody around here thinks Verona is just where Epic employees live. And that's just one of the reasons it's become one of the most underrated suburbs in Wisconsin. I'm a local real estate agent and I've raised my family here, so you're getting the honest version, not the brochure. Let's dive in. Why it's underrated. Verona gets written off for two reasons, and both happen before you even get out of the car. The first is Epic. The town's reputation is so tied to that one company that people stop looking any deeper. And that's a shame, because Verona was its own community long before Epic arrived, and it's still growing for reasons that have nothing to do with just one employer. The second is downtown. At first glance, Verona's town center isn't going to win any beauty contests, especially compared to some of these classic little Wisconsin towns nearby with postcard-worthy walkable Main Street. So if your first impression of a place comes from driving through downtown, Verona can lose you in about 30 seconds. And hang with me until we get to what day-to-day life is really like, because that's the part that changes how people see this town. But let's finish here first. Now, the first impression misses the biggest part of the story. Verona's value is in the community and the lifestyle, all the things you can't see through the windshield. And once that clicks, you start to realize this town is still just getting started. Real quick before we keep going, if you're watching because you're thinking about moving to the Madison area, this is what I do every day. I'm Juliana, and I help people figure out which neighborhood really fits their life, not just what looks good online. If you want a deeper breakdown, my contact information is down in the description. Reach out. All right, let's get back to it. A town in the middle of real transformation. Drive around Verona for a little while and you can see cranes, new homes going up, new storefronts, and new businesses opening their doors. It's a place that's still growing, and the longer you spend here, the more you notice it. The food and coffee scene is probably where that stands out the most. You've got Orchard, a farm-to-table restaurant with seasonal menus, wood-fired pizza, and a patio that fills up as soon as the weather turns nice. It's the kind of place that changes people's first impression of the town. Then there is Yishan for sushi and handcrafted cocktails, Grand Haveli for seriously good Indian food, and Sugar River Pizza, one of those places where it feels like half the town runs into each other on a Friday night. You can grab a beer at the Wisconsin Brewery and Lake Louis Tap Room, a neighborhood brewery where the regulars all know each other by name. And then there is Candina's, a Swiss chocolatier that's known across the country for making some of the finest chocolates in America right here in Verona. The coffee scene holds its own too. The South's Ear has been a gathering place for years, this cozy mix of cafe and yarn shop where people settle in and stay a while. Alice Good is another warm little spot with a lot of heart, and Grace rounds everything out on the west side of town. So for a place people love to write off as just a commuter suburb, Verona has a lot more personality than it gets credit for. And it doesn't stop at the city limits. Just a short drive outside of Verona is Paoli, a tiny community that's gone through its own transformation. The centerpiece is 7 Acre Dairy, a historic 1888 cheese factory on the banks of the Sugar River that's been turned into an inn, a farm-to-table restaurant, and a daily cafe with events happening all year long. And by the way, my favorite time of year out here is winter. Every December they host a Christkindl market, a cozy European-style Christmas market, and if you know me at all, you know I absolutely love that cozy, snowy Wisconsin feeling. So the momentum out here isn't just inside Verona, but happening across this whole little pocket of the map. And that brings me to the part that makes people want to stay. The most active community you'll find. Ask anyone who lives in Verona and they love it, and you'll hear the same thing over and over, how they get to spend their time. Start with the outdoors because it sets the tone for everything else. The Ice Age Trail and the Military Ridge Trail both run right through town, so you've got miles of paved and natural trails right outside your door, whether you are heading out for a long weekend bike ride or just taking an evening walk to clear your head after work. Then there is Prairie Moraine, home to one of the best off-leash dog parks in the county. It's the kind of place where you show up for your dog and somehow end up making friends yourself. The sports scene is another big reason people love it. You've got a full ice arena plus Redden Soccer Park, home to the Madison 56ers, where teams come in from all over Wisconsin. So whether your kid is into lacrosse, basketball, baseball, tennis, or pickleball, there is a place for them to play. And in the winter, they open an outdoor skating ring with a fire pit crackling right next to it. That's my idea of a perfect Wisconsin Saturday. But it goes way beyond youth sports, and this is the part that sold me. There is Burn Boot Camp, which has won Best of Madison multiple years running. You've also got hot yoga, athlete training facilities, and rec department that keeps both kids and adults busy all year long. There's Summer Park Camp, fill up fast, so you've got to jump on those early. Then there is the Verona Area Community Theater with full seasons for both kids and adults and a track record of sending performers to national tours and even Broadway. And if you like shopping local, boutiques like Linen & Clove and Cosa punch way above what you'd expect from a town this size. Now, the schools tie the whole package together. They generally rate around an 8 or 9 out of 10, and what really impresses is the range of opportunities for a suburb this size. There is public Mandarin immersion school, charter options with different teaching styles, and Verona Area High School is a newer building with workshop spaces, music and art departments, science labs, an auditorium, and full athletic facilities. The best part is how convenient everything is. Almost all of it sits within about 5 to 10 minutes of wherever you live in Verona. The trails, the rinks, the gym, the theater, the schools, it's all right there. So when people tell you it's easy to build a full life here without spending your day in the car, this is what they mean. But I told you I'd give you the most honest trade-off, and I'm not skipping it. I'll be straight with you about the cost, because I always will. Homes in Verona do run a little higher than the broader Madison area. You're generally looking at the low 400s for an entry-level home, the mid-400s into the mid-500s for a typical family home, and newer construction climbs into the 600s and beyond. So at first glance, especially when the downtown isn't doing much to win you over, it can be hard to see what justifies paying the premium. The homes themselves are part of the issue. Most of Verona was built on former farmland over the last couple of decades, so the neighborhoods tend to be newer, more uniform, and built on smaller lots. The upside is newer mechanicals, better energy efficiency, and homes that are ready to move into, which a lot of buyers love. The trade-off is that you're probably not going to find many century-old homes full of character sitting on half-acre lots. If that's the kind of home you're after, you're more likely to find it in places like Middleton or some of Madison's older neighborhoods. Now, who is Verona really for? If you want a smaller, close-knit community where you can plug in fast and live an active lifestyle, it's definitely for you. But if what you're looking for is a more urban feel or that charming historic Main Street atmosphere, you're probably going to be happier somewhere else, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's the honest take, and it's the same advice I'd give one of my own friends if they called and asked me about Verona. Verona is never going to win you over through the windshield, and that's why so many people drive right past it. Give it one real reason, and it stops being the epic town and starts feeling like home. So if Verona's on your radar, email me at juliana@sprinkmanrealestate.com today and tell me what you're looking for. I'll point you toward the neighborhood that fits you best. The best homes here don't stay on the market long, so it's worth getting started early. And if you found this helpful, hit like and subscribe for more honest breakdowns of the towns around Madison. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.